Hello guys, welcome to Enable Yourselves. Today we will start the subject computer networking. This subject is very important and crucial for engineering students as well as all the students of some professional degree courses like BCA and MCA. So you can make a note of all this. It will be very helpful for your university and college exam as well as few competitive exams. So stay with us, happy learning and enjoy the video. So let's start. First, we will see introduction to communication systems, data signal, and as well as transmission media. There are two transmission media: analog transmission, and digital transmission, as well as the two types of signals are analog signal and digital signal. So, how a message is transmitted? As at first, the message is taken as an input message, then it goes to the input transducer, then it's given to the transmitter, then it goes to the channel, then it's received by the receiver, and then output transducer, then at last it comes out at the output message. The output transducer can be, we can give an example like speaker or monitor. Those are output transducer. And the input message is voice, sound, text, image, video. It can be anything that we can say as input messages. So then let's see this transmitter. What are the transmitters? The transmitters are like amplifier, modulation, encoding, and analog. The encoding machine, the machines that are used for encoding the messages. So all the modulators, those are transmitter. What are the channels? Channels, we can see some problems like attenuation and distortion in the channel. Then a receiver. There's a- in the receiver, we can see the demodulator, decoding, demodulate, decoding, digital to analog, everything happening in the receiver using the receiver. So let's see what are the communication system. Introduction to communication system. So communication system including wired and wireless types are essential for transmitting data, voice, and video, and are the backbone of modern communication technologies. So it is a brief definition of communication system in a nutshell. So what are the data? Data is data corresponding raw information like text, images, audio, or video is processed and encoded signal for transmission over communication channels. And signals are physical data representation transmitted over communicated channels including electrical voltages, radio waves, and light pulses, and can be classified into two types. So signal can be classified further into two types, that is analog signal and digital signal, just like I said at the very beginning of this video. Mm, let's see what is analog signal. Analog signals, which are continuous fluctuating data like sound waves or temperature readings, are susceptible to noise and distortion over time. So basically, analog signals are continuous signal. It's not the discrete signal. Like if this is the base, so this will be an analog signal. Okay, and so basically, analog signals are continuous signal. It's not discrete signal. Now, what is digital signal? Digital signals are discrete signals. These are not continuous signal, unlike an analog signal. Digital signals are discrete binary data, resistant to noise, and easily processed by the digital systems like computers and microcontrollers. So let's see what are the digital signal. Just like this analog signal, if we say this is a digital signal, this is a descriptive signal, this is a descriptive signal, this can we can say this is a digital signal. So let's see the transmission. So there are two types of transmission: analog transmission and digital transmission. Analog transmission involves transmitting analog signals over a communicating medium commonly used in the traditional telephone and radio broadcasting. These are some popular examples like telephones and radio broadcastings, where we can see the analog signals are converted into the digital signals. And what is a digital transmission? Digital transmission is a reliable and efficient method used in modern communication systems like the internet, digital televisions. So actually, there was a mistake. In the analog transmission, in this example, like telephones and radio broadcasting, were used analog signals, only used analog signals. And in case of the digital signals in the modern communication systems like internet and the digital televisions, we can see here are used the digital transmission medium or digital signals. It's the example of digital transmission because it's a more reliable and more efficient method. So since we have started uh, this subject, computer networking, you may wonder what are the goals of computer networking, like for what we are studying this subject. So let's get into the goals of computer networking. The main goal of computer networking is resource sharing. It enables users to access programs, data, and hardware anywhere on the network without considering physical location of the resources. Example: a group of office workers or staffs sharing common uh, printer, fax machine, scanner, etc. So we can say basically that computer networking is a physical, like it's a resource sharing method through the internet. So let's get into the higher reliability. Like it's one of these characteristics of one of the characteristic of the computer networking is high reliability. Is highly reliable. High reliability can be achieved by replicating the files on two or more machines. So if one of them is unavailable due to the failure of a hardware or software. Secondly, reduce cost and saving money. The biggest advantage of computer networking in hardware components like printer, memory, fax, etc. can be shared by the multiple computers, hence it reduces hardware cost of organization. Cost of organization. It's the cost of organization. So the communication medium. In the case of communication medium, computer network is the biggest source of communication media. Information can be shared within organization even if the offices are apart. So in the for the reason of like computer networking, if the offices are apart, we can be virtually accessed uh, to access to the data we need to share each other and we need to work with. So everything is available on the network through the internet. So when an employee makes changes to an online document, other employees can see the changes immediately, thus making functionality of the organization very fast and efficient. The last point is improved performance. The performance of the computer system can be improved via load sharing.